Okay, so the way to remember this is, and it's not super easy, but it is. You've got an A minor here, and you know it. Okay, this is the A minorest thing you're ever going to play as a beginner. And then you go to the C. C is the parent key of A minor, right? It's the one up rule. So the A minor is the six, and the one up on the pentatonic scale, which is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. One up from 6 is root. So that's your C. Okay, let's see, make sure we can see these guys up here. So this is the C root box. Okay, the fourth is in the E position. You can see here the second inversion fourth there, root 4, 6. And then the G is in the fifth position. The G position would be the actual G chord would be, I guess, best described as 5, 7. Although it's not totally in this. Remember, because G, C is the only one you can. C is the only shape that you can do all of the inversions just by pressing the C chord. Okay. That's what I just did. Doesn't work in G. So what you might define as a G chord, people are just going to go like this. What are you talking about? Something like that, like Grateful Dead, or Bertha or something like that. So that is what defines this cage. We are looking at the C of that. We're not looking at the G anyway, so let's not get sidetracked. We're not looking at the F, the E-shaped F, the E-shaped fourth. Remember, we have the E minor shaped third, okay, and then we have the now that's your true E minor, 7, 3, 5. It's because we're in the C box. We're in the open box. So that's your true E minor, 7, 3, 5. And then we have the major E-shaped fourth. So we got the minor E-shaped fourth and the major E-shaped fourth right in the same box. That's the important thing. It's in the same box. So it still spells caged. Okay, C, it still spells caged backwards. Uh-oh, what do you mean? C is the C backwards, so C down to A. Okay, excuse me, C up to D. So the D minor is the second. E is the third. E minor. The fourth is E major. So it's still C, D, E, E, or E sub E, and then on to G, then on to A. Now, half diminished is just another animal, right? Okay, so we're mostly interested in the C, but we did just have a very healthy diversion of the modal pentatonic scale, which is cage spelled backwards. So we're going to play a C here to kick off our arpeggio. So you wouldn't be totally wrong to go. But we don't want that G in the arpeggio. We want the 3 and the 6. So you can do something like. Now, how would you know you didn't want that 5 in the arpeggio? I'm not sure. It is part of the scale, So you want to, essentially what we're trying to do is play a nice, easy arpeggio. What you can do is, you're starting from an E, right? So if you're looking at second inversion, it's a perfect fourth to the A, and then it's a minor third to the C. So here's your E. The perfect fourth to the A is straight up. Then but we can't go on this way, which is this way on the diagram. So we're going to have to, from the sixth, we can't go to this root up here. It's behind the fret nut. It ain't going to play. So we can go on the same string, minor third up to there. So it goes. We start somewhere. We're starting on the E. We go straight up a fourth to the A, and then a minor third to the C, and then we want to do a major third to the E. So you know how to do a major third. From root to 3 right there, straight up to the 6th. Now, when we're on the 6th, which is the A, which is root, we're going to want to do a minor third, but it's going to warp up, so it's going to look like a major third. Okay, so what's usually 6 to root, which is a longer interval looking, it's here, it's shorter because of the root, so it becomes the tic-tac-toe. So it's alright, so you figure it out. You find a way to do it, or maybe what sounds good to you. Certainly there's no harm in doing a C pentatonic. And then I'd play like an A minor. You find out what it is. And if it has a nice mellow sound to it, it's a minor interval. That I know. So there are ways to do this without the chart, but I would say first play the chart, but be wary when you're looking at any written music or a way of annotating music notes and stuff. Look for ways, just like we just did, like how am I going to play this without the chart in front of me, and what I find is no worries. If the lights are low and I'm just playing at night, I'll mess around with what I'm doing, and I know sooner or later I'm going to figure something out, and I'm going to relate it back to the structure that I learned in the charts. All right. So that's Aeolian. Now, that was our side track. Down here we've got this monstrosity right here, which is the half diminished one. Okay, this is a long arpeggio. 7-2-4. Augmented fourth goes to the right one. 2-4. 7-2-4. Augmented fourth. So it's B, D, F, and the augmented fourth. That's the Lydian fourth, I call it. So the question is, what do we make of this? This is an awful long chord, and these are adjacent to one another. You see how the cages connect? 3, 4, 5, 6, whole step between 5, 6, 7 root. Everything's fine. It's just a pretty darn long arpeggio. As opposed to, let's look for a shorter one. Let's look for a shorter arpeggio. Maybe the Dorian's not too long. Ionian isn't that long. You see how many notes are left over in the second box. Some of them, actually, they almost get up there, and then the second box only has one note, as in the Mixolydian. It does a lot of its notes right there in the G box there, or the whatever you want to call it. And then